mixed opinions out there. Now, people are talking about, this idea of they might have to compromise their games in order to put them on these two systems. What is your response to what people are saying?
You know what, Jeff? I think Lyle actually said it best there. It is all about the system memory. We made a decision a while back to build in 512 megabytes of system memory. And he made the point there, I think, very clearly that that's what developers are looking for. And they're looking for the game to stream out of that system memory, not to put stuff on the hard drive. So that was a decision we made. On top of that, DVD, the ability to stream data faster off the DVD. We've now got a DVD drive that's over 2 times faster than the one on the Xbox.
So you're saying the hard drive is sort of less essential to the Xbox 360 than it was to the original Xbox? Because back then, a lot of people were saying you guys were really pushing the hard drive. As this is a big differentiator.
The developers have been aware of this situation for a long time, Jeff.
Right.
And so the ability for our team to work with them in a far more, quite frankly, robust architecture of a console than even the Xbox has been critical. We made a very conscious and very expensive decision to include 512 megabytes of system memory, and that's been the big deal. Bottom line here, I think, is that gamers are just going to have to wait to see over the next few weeks as we start showing these games, where there's going to be a Tokyo Game Show the middle of next month, and then, of course, of XO5 in October in Amsterdam. The proof of the pudding, as I always like to say, is in the tasting. And you are going to see games. I personally played both Perfect Dark Zero last night and Cameo, which I've been playing, as you know, Jeff, for a long time.
Right.
The games are spectacular. They are rock solid. They're visually beautiful, and it is transparent to the gamer as regards whether there's utilization of a hard drive or not. So I'd say the gamers out there that are concerned about this, just wait and see, because it really is going to be the game experience that will make the difference. The developers are all aware of it. I'm also seeing third-party games in the last week or so from Activision, from Ubisoft, from Electronic Arts, from Tecmo, that just look spectacular.
All right,
and
Peter.
I'm not hearing the same commentary from these guys than that I did from some of the developers there that are somewhat naysayers.
Okay, well, Peter, another part of the reason why people are upset is that you suggested all year that there would be one system that comes standard with a hard drive and a wireless controller, but now not so much. So why did you make that change?
At E3, we announced the Xbox 360, and that is exactly what we're still doing. The Xbox 360 core system, has then, of course, has been a later announcement that, quite frankly, is based upon growing our install base on a global basis. We look at it, and somebody again made the point, and I couldn't quite see who it was, that this will allow a price point that allows us to grow our install base. Right. Guys, we talked at E3 a lot about growing the industry, and price point is very important.
Peter, do you feel like you're alienating the hardcore gamers and really kind of going for the mainstream money?
Not at all. Not at all.
Because that's what everyone's saying. They're in an uproar about it, saying, you forget about all the people that really stood by the original Xbox with the hard drive. You bring out these two systems. It's a little bit more mainstream. People are a little bit fired up about that.
Well, you know what? I look at the boards as much as you guys do, and I can tell you that, and I've looked at thousands of posts, probably more than I should do to allow me to sleep at night. And the ability for you to get what you get at $399 for this incredible 20 gigs of hard drive, wireless headset, DVD remote control, HD AV pack, you rolled it all together, and it's an incredible experience for $399. Somebody was telling me today, for the graphic capability of the console would cost you $1,000 to go to Best Buy and buy a GeForce video card. I mean, it is tremendous value. The other thing I will say as well is that the pre-order activity in the last 24 to 48 hours from our U.S. retailers, and then I spoke with some European retailers in the last couple of days, has been huge. And it is skewing heavily towards the premium SKU.
On the pre-orders, are you seeing more for the core system or more for $299 or $399?
Premium SKU.
So, Peter, I want to ask you about that because a lot of people have been asking, what is the split going to be? Because some hardcore gamers are saying, if I want the $399 system and I go to a store and they only have the $299 one, I'm going to have to buy that, and I'm going to have to spend $150 to buy the hard drive and a wireless controller on top of that. So what is the split going to be between premium and core?
I think I couldn't give you the exact numbers, Jeff, because it's global, but I can tell you it's going to be very heavily towards the premium SKU in the early going.
Is that, people have said, maybe 70-30, 80-20. Can you quantify it at all?
I really can't because, ask me that question in another couple of weeks when we see some data. I would be guessing.
Right. Now, Peter, you mentioned that you were been playing Perfect Dark. Now, EB Games has put up a bundle for $700. It includes Perfect Dark Zero as sort of a day one launch title. There's been a lot of speculation if that's going to make day one. So if we see that in the bundle, can you guarantee that it's going to be a day one title?
Jeff, this is a software business. There are no guarantees. You know how that works. What I can tell you is I played Perfect Dark yesterday. I actually was in co-op mode, which is just spectacular. and played a number of levels. The game is rock solid.
So
The
your
frame rate there.
confidence is increasing, though, that it's looking more and more likely to be there at launch?
I would say certainly that my expectations versus last week continue to grow. I am very confident this game will be in that launch period, and you know I like to talk about
what does the period mean? Means by the end of the
Jeff,
year?
you've asked me that question 100 times over the last month.
Yeah. So what you're saying is Perfect Dark Zero is guaranteed to launch.
You know, you guys can try all you like to put words in my mouth.
No, and then you said Halo 3 will also be in the bundle. That's great and fantastic
that's
news.
fabulous, yeah. I better get on that right now then if Halo 3 is going to be part of that. as well.
But actually, can I ask you about that
Groundbreaking.
really quick? Because I did make the announcement about the movie coming out in
Yeah.
2007. When are we going to see Halo 3? Are we going to see it with
We
the
made
release?
a movie announcement. We didn't make a game
I'm sorry,
announcement.
I meant the movie announcement, yes.
They usually
game
do
announcement. The game announcement will be at a later date to be determined. Right now, we're very excited to be able to partner with Universal and Fox. We don't even know what that date is. The movie business is as fluid as the game business as regards dates, but we're very, very pumped to be able to bring Halo to the silver screen.
All right. Well, thank you, Peter, very
Thank you,
much for your
Peter.
time.